like clothes that they can dress him in, and obviously he's in a coffin and it's a little bit hard. I've never seen a deceased person ever in my life.
Yeah, it's rough.
Wow. Really, really hard. So what I did was I was like, I need to go see Dad and spend time with him. I need to know it's him.
Yeah.
Like, I need to know that it's him. I need to hold him and just say stuff.
Yeah.
So I took Dad a can of his favourite bourbon. I took a bottle of wine and I sat there and I played his favourite songs and I put the can next to his head and I poured myself a wine and I just talked and talked. It was so hard to like say goodbye, and I remember I was there by myself, so I didn't have any family there.
It's a therapeutic sort of
best thing I did.
Yeah. Now, do you wish you said that to him when he was alive, or was it just part of the grieving process?
Because I had just seen him 4 days before. I felt like I'd already had those conversations. So there was a little bit of tension because obviously there was always family drama, but I just seen him and told him that I loved him. I was the one that drove him to the airport and said goodbye to him. Like I was the last like family member to really see him. So, so hard.
But so for anyone that does go through something like that, you would recommend making sure you go and visit and have a talk. Everyone grieves differently.
Everybody grieves.
I'm trained as a funeral director. Celebrant.
As a funeral celebrant?
Funeral,
Are you celebrating?
Funeral director, I think they call them.
Yeah.
But I mean, I haven't had to experience it in real life. I just thought that there's not many young male funeral celebrants there or funeral directors, but I don't really want to do it. And one thing I did learn is everyone processes grief differently. There's no right, there's no wrong.
Absolutely.
There's just, it is unhealthy when you stay in the grieving process for way too long.
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with letting yourself have a cry.
Absolutely.
And, you know, when people try to fucking keep it in and they're like,
I'm not one of those people.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those people.
So would you say, obviously you said it was really beneficial for you to have that chat.
Absolutely. Looking back on it, when Dad was still alive and I knew something was wrong, I wish I had, even though, because it's so uncomfortable when people say like, oh, you know, I don't want to be here anymore, or I'm having these thoughts. It's uncomfortable. You don't want to talk about it. Yeah. It's not nice. So you're trying to like skim over it to get to the next subject. Yeah. I wish I just pressed him. I wish I didn't let him get on the plane. He wasn't okay. Yeah. And I was asking him, what are you going to do now? And he was like, oh, I'm going to fix my car. And he wasn't really giving me a definitive answer of what he was going to do.
So do you reckon he probably decided already?
I think he was pretty much there. He just watched his own dad die. Yeah. Like he was there with him when he was dying. Yeah. So there's
a lot going on.
Yeah. Yeah. But you just, you know, coulda, shoulda, woulda, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so then those are the things I wish I could have done when Dad was still alive. When Dad was gone, I feel like I did everything like the right way for me. Like I'm glad I went and saw him, held him. Yeah. Like I found this note that I had written him when I was a little girl and I put it in his hand and you know, like there's all these little things. Like I'm the only one that spoke at his funeral. Like I'm glad I did that. Like there's all these little things that mean a lot to me. Yeah. And that's at the end of it, like that's all that matters. Yeah. I feel okay.
Yeah.